Hello and welcome to the first seasonal hardcore invitational tournament. I will be joined by the one and only Angry Larry. What's up, Larry? I am really excited about this tournament. How are you feeling about this tournament, Larry?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, that was a great practice race. A lot of fun. We had a good turnout. What a game that I believe you selected for this tournament. Do you want to tell the viewers a little bit about the game?
Well, yeah, it's a game based on the late 80s TV show, a TV show that actually had better ratings than American Gladiators, but suffered due to a production company going out of business. It is a roller derby game, but the game is anything but roller derby like, Dig Shake, and my theory on that is it was already produced and maybe not good enough to be released by Konami or Ultra Games, as it were. And so they took the IP of Rollergames and slapped it onto this little thing, and it's a nice little platformer. And I don't think it gets a lot of credit for being a good game because of slippery controls. But you're on roller skates, so I mean, yeah. What do you expect? So there's 6 stages to go through, and I think it makes for a
I mean, I gotta be honest. I walked into this game expecting it to be complete and total garbage, and it is absolutely not that. It is actually a well-crafted platformer beat 'em up game. So, you know, comparisons have been made to like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. What are they? Double Dragon, yeah.
Double Dragon.
Classic beat 'em ups
Double
like
Dragon
that, as well as some interesting platforming sections. So we'll get to see wonderful things like the Cliffs of Insanity and the dreaded. Well, it's not an alligator pit, but the raft section.
Well, I assume that there are alligators in the
that's
swamp.
pretty good assumption to make.
And alligators below the cliff.
Yeah,
and in the potholes.
Basically everywhere. Yeah. So it's a nice little test for our runners in this tournament here. Should we throw it over to the one and only Shelly Jameson for a tournament structure breakdown? All right, let's throw it on over to Shelly Jameson, who's going to tell us how this tournament's going to work. So we've got 3 parts of this tournament. The first part is the group stage. We're going to announce the groups here in just a little bit. You've got 2 weeks to race everybody in your group, so that's 3 races for each person. And then once the group stage is finished, we'll proceed on to the next phase. You want to tell people about that, Larry?
Well, the next phase will be a single elimination phase, a tournament structure where there will be a loser bracket. When you move on, you get dumped to the loser bracket. It's not called a bonus bracket in this tournament, folks. From there, we'll advance until we get to 2 undefeated people in the finals, in the knockout play, and they'll play for the championship. And then there is the loser side. If you lose, you move on. And what happens to the 2 people who lost the most?
They are going to face off in the ultimate loser race at the end of the tournament, and whoever loses that race has to do a humiliation stream where the winner of the tournament gets to pick any game that they want, and the ultimate loser has to play that game for at least 1 hour on stream.
Or they have to build the shelf for 3 hours.
We'll include the shelf exception as part of the rule set. Yeah, so do you want to talk a little bit about what the winner gets? And
well, there is actually, to prevent sandbagging, to prevent sabotage of the tournament, to keep this nice and prestigious, we were actually offering 3 bonuses going forward. 1 to the group, to the overall winner, 2 to the runner-up, and 1 to the winner of the ultimate loser game, just so they have incentive to win it. Those 3 people will be able to nominate a game that we will play in next month's tournament. And then the rest of us will vote on which one of those games we actually
and I think it's nice to let one of the losers, nominate games, because there is a situation where, if the people who win keep nominating games, they're going to nominate games that they're good at, and so they might just keep winning. Whereas if we, let some people who maybe don't perform so well nominate games and then take a vote, we'll get to mix it up a little bit, get a little variety involved there. So yeah, so that's.
And there are 2 people who have not yet completed the game, so if those 2 people continue to not complete the game, at least one of them will get something out of it.
Yeah, that's true, and it should be noted that there is a rule in place for the scenario where the game is not completed. Is it a 90-minute cutoff that we decided on?
I would think 90-minute cutoff would be ideal. It's something that we thought we might not need, but due to the nature of people's real life schedules and stuff, a couple people did not get enough practice, and we'll put that mildly. So there is a chance that we could have a matchup between 2 people who can't complete the game, and if that's the case, I believe 90 minutes is kind of good enough time. 60 minutes seems to be enough time to complete the game using unlimited continues. But it might actually take up to 90 minutes, and I'm willing, if I'm the person restreaming, I'm willing to wait 90 minutes for these players to arrive at a conclusion. And if they can't, then the person who gets the furthest, the fastest, will be deemed the winner. Are we going to do hockey soccer rules and give them partial points
for the group stage? Yeah, I'm not sure how we'll deal with that. For the for the single elimination stage, it doesn't really matter, but. Yeah. No,
it's win or lose for that.
Yeah.
So there's no time limit on those matches. Well, I guess if they both, they could be. I guess there could be a situation in there in the brackets where that happens as well. Yeah. So.
We're still kind of learning as we go, but it should be a lot of fun.
Well, not yours.
Let's see. I think we covered all the rules there for the tournament. Should we throw it on over and start getting this group selection started? Can we get some hype in chat for the group selection?
We got any height?
We're about to throw it over to our beautiful hat cam / hat model. So let's take a look at the. We have a hat cam
to do it
with a hat model. In this hat, I've got slips of paper, one with each tournament runner's name on there. Except I put Buzz in there 3 times, just to keep it even. And. Oh, wow.
Well, he was 3rd in the race last night.
So I'm going to mix these up real good. I'm going to mix these sheets of paper up. And the way this is going to work, we've got 2 divisions, right? We've got the Eastern Empire and the, what's the other one? The Western Alliance.
It's the Eastern Empire and the Western Alliance.
Could not remember that one.
Because the T-Birds were from LA, so they had to be the good guys.
We're going to draw the Eastern Empire first. So I'm just going to pull 4 names out of this hat, and we'll read them off. And these 4 selections will be in the Eastern Empire group. So let's go ahead and make our first selection here. I think I've shuffled them up enough. All right, first selection. I won't look. Let's see. I'll grab this one here. And the first person selected is, oh my gosh, the one and only Buzz Thunder. It's going to be in the Eastern Empire group.
Well, you did have a 3
that's
out of
true.
11 chance of pulling his name.
That's very true. So Buzz Thunder, our first entrant selected into the Eastern Empire group. What do we think about Buzz as a runner? Do we think he's got a good shot? Do you think he's going to make a deep run in this tournament?
Well, he does have the fastest time, allegedly, of all of us. But he's very new to the game. He hasn't played it a lot. He's playing it mostly blind still. So it all depends on how much he practices between then and now, and how many times he has to actually reset to arrive at those times, or whether he can deal with early deaths and still get through the game
he
fast.
did actually do a run today and just PB'd. I believe his PB is at 17:15 now, if I remember correctly.
Is that imperial or metric?
I honestly don't know. Metric, we'll say. We'll go with metric. But PBs don't help you in the tournament races, right? PBs are great and all for putting up times on the leaderboard, but they don't help you in a race.
Right. How many resets did it take to get to that PB run?
I actually don't think he had to reset that time. We'll go with that.
We'll say 6.
Yeah. So definitely a strong competitor. These next three people are probably going to be a little pissed off that they have to be in the same group as Buzz, but
Well, yeah, because that means they have to communicate with him to set up their races, and no one wants to do that.
all right, let's pick the next name here. Shake these up. Pick the next one out of the hat, and the second person to go in the Eastern Empire, I'm sorry, is Bent Glass Tube. Is BGT here? I don't even see him.
BGT is probably sleeping.
5 a.m. in
it's
California.
Like 5 a.m. on his
So
score.
earlier we mentioned two people who have not finished the game yet. I believe BGT is one of those two, correct?
He is one of those two. And fun fact, did you know that Link Sevens is the last
Yeah,
person alphabetically in our tournament? We don't even...
I noticed
touch
that
the
as
second
I
half
was
of the
making
alphabet.
up the post-its today with people's names on them. That, yeah, we never get past L. It's weird. You guys all...
We actually call BGT BG 3.2 now because of his inability to get past the
Has he
sewers
ever
in
gotten
3-2
past
at
that
Rollergames.
level, or
He likes that.
one time?
I believe he got past it once and got to the next auto-scroller.
That is definitely one of the harder sections of the game. I feel like it's a section where when you first play through, it's really tough, but then as you play it more and more, it actually becomes not super, not one of the hardest sections.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for the spot in the level where you can glitch through the wall still.
All right, so we are halfway through our Eastern Empire draw. Let's go ahead and draw the next name out of the hat here. Our next runner in the Eastern Empire section is going to be... I glued these things shut too well. All right. It's going to be Joshy D. Joshy D is the next selection.
Joshy D. Yeah, Joshy D is one of the other ones who has not finished the race, so it's kind of cool he's in the same group as BGT, so at least we'll get a little bit of competitiveness if they continue to not be able to progress in the game. Between him and BGT, we'll have a good race in a race that it'd be a race of attrition, unfortunately, as of right now. But Joshy D's pretty good. He's playing NBA Jam. He's got a long wingspan, so I believe that he'll be able to overcome a couple odds. I mean, him and BGT are very good at video games. I just don't think
Joshy D is on record as saying that he's not a huge fan of this game, although I think it's starting to grow on him a little bit.
Out of the 8 people in the tournament, 6 have completed the game, and 2 people think the game are trash. So there's like a little bit of a comparison there.
We've already got some nice trash talking in chat. I see there. Stuff like that's exactly why people don't want to be in Buzz Thunder's group. I just have to say. But Joshy D, going back to him, has made it past 3-2. In fact, yesterday I believe he made it to stage 5-2. He made it past the Cliffs of Insanity. So definitely getting close to being able to finish that game. And who knows, by the time his first match rolls around, maybe he'll have managed to get a completion under his belt. Okay, we got one. No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we all had our struggling points in the game, and I think 3-2 was the first one, the one with the sewers and the weird jumps, and then the Cliffs of Insanity, and then the raft spot, and then after that it's just, eventually 6 is tough, but 6 isn't too tough where you won't eventually get by it.
Yeah, the nice thing about 6 is if you die, usually you're not going back very far, whereas like Cliffs of Insanity, you got to do the whole first part of the stage again. It's a huge time loss. And the rafts, too, actually. You got to do the whole first part of that section again as well. So we got one more name here to draw for the Eastern Empire. Let's see who it'll be. Alrighty. One more name. It's going to be Link Sevens. We got Link Sevens here. Good competitor.
I think Link 7's a lot better than his time.
Yeah, he did not do so well. I think that's just a case of him getting hung up on, one of the one of those sections and just like kind of tin cupping it where he's just going over and over again, right?
I think he's also sandbagging it because he's playing with us. He knows he's better at the game than we are. So he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to show people I'm not good at the game, so they don't think I'm good. And I'm
yeah, he's clearly very good at video games, and so
yeah, he does that. He's also the reason why we put the PG-13 rule in the tournament because the guy can pop off at any second, and you know he has no filter.
Well, let's take a look at the Eastern Empire group. Here are the racers that were selected. We got Buzz Thunder, BGT, Joshy D, and Link Sevens. Yeah, it should be a good group. I think, you know, if we had to pick, who's your pick for progressing out of this group here?
Why does that 3 have no shading on it? Is that because we're not throwing shade at
I don't know, man. We'll have to talk to the guy who made the layout.
Who did that? Yeah, right? Well, I mean, unfortunately, based on PBs and stuff, the guy in the #1 spot there is probably going to be coming out of this group ahead. But we can only hope that he loses at least 3 matches in group play. So we can all
at
say
least
some very nice things about him in chat. At least 3. Yeah, if we can find a way to lose 4 matches in group play, it'd be legendary. Yeah.
So, yeah, in terms of the other bracket, I mean, there's really no need to draw names for that, right? Because we only got 4 people left, so we already know who is going to be in that other bracket. But we should still talk about those competitors. Let me just finish. Okay.
Yeah, why don't we select the names?
Yeah, let's select the names and trash talk those guys.
I hate 75%.
Only 75%, huh?
Yeah.
All right, switching back over to the hat cam here. We'll keep picking names. Next person selected for the... Oh, I forgot to switch over. Sorry. Next person selected for the Western Alliance is the one and only Angry Larry. What?
Yeah, that guy, he hasn't had a run faster than 45 minutes yet, but somehow managed to finish
45
second
minutes
last night in the practice race. Who knows? He's a loose cannon. He might figure out the game eventually, and you don't know what he.
I mean,
what to expect from him.
It sounds great.
A new microphone. How's it sound?
You sound lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. I also just woke up, so I got
mean,
that voice.
I've been watching Larry stream. I've been watching Larry practice, and he's definitely got the goods. It's I feel like a lot of us feel this way actually about this game, where we know the game and we can beat the game, but it's just putting a run together can be really tough because you make a little mistake here and then you just get frustrated.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I mean, 5-1, actually 5-2, because 5-1's really not that big of a deal to me. 5-2, the RAF jumps, and 6-2, the conveyor belt jumps. That's where I lose most of my dudes. If I lose a dude beforehand, it's through an accidental... I got sucked into a black hole because I skated too close to a pothole or something. Or, like yesterday during the race, I just, in 3-2, I just accidentally skated right off the edge of the cliff and right into the water. So. Yep.
I mean, all of Stage 6 has its difficult parts to it. So, man, that raft section is probably my least favorite part of the game. But, I mean... We're in the same group, so we got to go head-to-head, and I got to be honest, I'm not looking forward to facing you, Larry. I feel like you got the capability to win some races.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Looking at this group, I'm definitely going undefeated.
It's already started. The trash talk is already started.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, listen, I have the most VHS tapes lost with Rollergames on them.
All right, let's see who's next to face the firing squad here. Our next racer in the Western Alliance group is going to be Choke Me I Like It. Is Choke here in the chat, or is he off doing some carpentry?
I say, Choke got a desk, and ever since he's got that desk, he's been better at this game. He hasn't played it since he got the desk, but that doesn't deter from the facts and the stats that I'm seeing right here on my sheet here, my press release. He's definitely a cool guy. It just all depends on how much he's going to drink before the game and how much how much barbecue, how much tri-tips he's gonna grill up, and that's really like he's like Popeye with spinach. When you get tri-tips in him,
Yeah,
he's unstoppable.
I mean, his drunk stream the other day was pretty hilarious, though. And he actually got a pretty good time. I feel like he got, what was it, like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
21 minutes?
Well, as long as commentators from other races don't come into his chat and start bashing him outwardly, he's cool as a cucumber,
Wow,
and you
throwing
can't really
some
rattle
shade
him.
at other commentators. We got a commentator duel going on.
Not shade. It's
I know.
100% factually correct.
I am fully aware of that story. Yeah. But Choke has definitely been improving, and certainly, man, this group is going to be tough. Everybody in this group, I feel like, has got a good shot. All right, 2 names left in the hat. Let's see who's going to be next in the Western Alliance. We've got Coach Crab 127. Yeah, and Coach just put up a monster time yesterday. What was it? 17:36, I want to say.
I really want to say that was photoshopped, and I want to say that was Buzz Thunder's old run that he just replayed and was slower on the timer, and that's why he was slower to arrive at a a PB. The guy's trash. I mean, he plays bad games every Tuesday that aren't
like
bad.
what? Like what?
But yet he quotes him every single day.
Oh, did he play that on Terrible Tuesday?
You know, he played that on Terrible Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, quoted the game and said, "Hey guys, remember where I played this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, it was your best stream ever." "Yeah, the game was terrible, right?" Stuff like that. I can't. He's a basketball streamer. He's not a roller games.
I don't think I've ever seen him play
expert.
basketball on
He
stream.
knows a lot about the NBA. Yeah, I mean, he knows. Mookie Blaylock was drafted by the Nets, and he, was the inspiration for Pearl Jam's 10 album and the original name of Pearl Jam. But I don't think he knows anything about any sport or anything to do with roller skates. He's just a flat out.
But he's
poser.
got the
And
he's got the second best
he's in my
PB,
group,
though, Larry.
'cause-
He's got the second.
Well, I just like when you were playing Parappa to Rappa and you played the YouTube video and you didn't check the video all the way through to see if it completed or not when you were simulating trying to play. He did the same thing. He took Buzz Thunder's PB, and at the time, and then he just played that.
Yeah.
And he pretended he was playing. So, I mean, listen, nobody watched Buzz Thunder play, so no one questioned it.
Wow.
But I did.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Crab is sandbagging Buzz Thunder's videos. He's stealing them, using them for his own PBs. That is
copyright content.
That is a scandal.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, there's only one name left in
saved
the
the
hat.
worst for last.
And everybody knows who it is, but I'll open it up anyway just to make sure I didn't screw it up.
We gotta keep it on the reel. Yolanda
Big
Vega
shake.
would want to see the results.
There it is.
See that name pulled from the hat.
The hat is empty. No more.
I'm gonna actually leave it to chat to tell us what they feel about this runner, if we can, and I'm just gonna read it in my best radio voice. Yeah, so if everybody in chat will please give me the skinny on the dig shake, the man with the hat. One person says it's Master Shake. I don't believe anything that guy says.
So far, so good. Oh, we have some chanting.
Yeah, well, we got Buzz Thunder is actually chanting your name.
See?
I don't trust that.
This worked out better.
It's opposite day, I guess. What does the diamond
I think
on your
it's
hat
the
stand
brand
for, by the
of
way?
the hat company. It says, I don't know what it says. It's on my head, so I can't read it. Maybe if I get close enough to the cam,
You don't have a.
you can tell
you
me
not have
what
a
it
South
says
Carolina?
in chat. I don't know what it says. I don't even know if I'm getting it on cam correctly or not. Maybe I did.
Do you not have a South
I
Carolina
do not.
Gamecocks
I've
hat?
never been to South Carolina. I don't think I have. Maybe once or twice.
Oh, okay. Dig is the kind of guy who is really bad at wheel type
Oh,
games
wow.
like Skater Dice.
We're gonna
2.
go there,
I mean,
huh?
listen. You've never played that game before,
that's
right?
true.
Did
And
you?
I actually kind of wish that it had stayed that way, but that was a terrible game. That was a terrible game that,
That was pretty
somebody
bad.
apparently
Yeah, no,
remembered
that was-
the levels pretty well.
Right, but if we're talking about your rivalry night, what is your record on games
I
that are
believe
truly
I'm
blind?
3-0, 4-0.
Okay, and what about games that are like blind to you but known by the other
0
guy you
and
race every
3,
rivalry night?
0 and 4, something like that.
0
Yeah,
and 3?
yeah, it tells a
Yeah,
pretty
well,
convincing story.
he's been known to change the code on the fly while playing to manipulate RNG. Well, Choke Me I Like It has not seen your last 4 Zelda
He
2 rando
also
races,
did not watch
obviously.
the stream
Or
where I
3 of the
reset
last 4.
every single roller games run that I started and didn't even finish one for like 2 hours. So
Yeah, we call that
is
Thursday.
typically what happens. Buzz is correct. Adventure Island 2 was blind, and he did win that one. That is correct. Buzz gets that one.
Allegedly. Blind.
Just like he allegedly played Rollergames blind last Saturday.
He lined up every jump in the first 3 stages.
Well, if we want to look here at the group, the Western Alliance group, this one, how do we feel about this group, Larry? It seems like it's going to be a bit more. I don't want to say we're better than the other group, but we're kind of better than the other group, right?
Oh, we're definitely better than the other group. I mean, there's you got the first, the second, and the 4th person in the race we did last night in this group, and then a guy who has a desk. So it's totally a legitimate group. This is the group of death, as they would say in the World Cup soccer draw. I don't really like this group too much.
These are going to be some competitive races in this group. I mean, every single one of these runners, I feel like, has a chance to win against every single other person in the group. So.
Yeah, because the difference between PBs, again, is how long did it take you to arrive at that PB? How many times did you reset? And if you couldn't reset, what exactly would have went wrong? I mean, I don't think anybody in this group is a shell.
Yeah,
I think everyone could be tilted.
That could happen, for sure. I've never seen Choke get super tilted.
Yeah.
But
so, well, I mean, you never really had listened to Choke when he had other people go into his stream and tell him what he's doing wrong.
That's true.
We've seen that. Somebody did do that, by the way. Just bring that up again. But I think I think it could Choke doesn't get tilted, but Choke will call it a day before he gets to the tilted part. So what happens if he has to play a little longer? You never know. You got a baby crying, you got a wife telling you to get off the computer. You spend all day on it. What do? He starts yelling at her. I work. You don't.
I mean,
understand.
you definitely don't want to forfeit
it's
these
over.
races, right? Like that's not the scenario that you want.
No, even though we're probably switching to a points method, anyone forfeiting gets a time of 99 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. It's very hard to overcome, unless you're playing against Coach Crab, and then you can probably forfeit one race and then win a
forfeiting is
tiebreaker.
definitely not something that you want to do.
Buzz wants to race tonight. Dig, how are we arriving about scheduling races?
So that's a great question, Larry.
By the way, the 3 there does have
I noticed. I wasn't gonna say anything,
totally
Larry.
not my
I
fault.
noticed, but I was gonna let that one slide. But yes, you're right. It does. But
then you called it out anyway.
What were we talking about? Oh, okay, yeah.
How do we schedule races?
So I
and
have
allow for restreams?
updated the groups on the tournament webpage, which we can get a link to that here in chat for people who want to check out the challenge bracket. So the groups have all been updated. I've officially started the tournament, and then up kind of towards the top there, you can see links to submit a race time and then to schedule upcoming races. We do want to try and restream as many of these as possible, and I think the best way to do that is to try and give us at least 24 hours notice of your race if you can, so that we have time to try and get somebody to do the restream and the commentary for that race. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but I would like everybody to at least try and accommodate it as much as possible.
If it doesn't happen, I might actually merge the 2 together and just make
a non-live restream. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Just so we have a race on archive for a playlist on YouTube or for VOD or something to reference back to for
That's a
people who
pretty
want to
good
check
idea.
prior races. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, as long as you give us a heads up, I feel like Larry, you're probably going to be one of the primary restreamers. I'm also open to helping out with restream and commentary as necessary. I'm sure Buzz will jump in, and anybody is of course welcome of the 8 runners to jump in on commentary or restream duty if you see a match that you want to.
I do have to package this stuff together, and then I'll post it on the official Discord channel for anybody who wants to.
Yeah, it's all ready to go though, right? I mean, it's all basically.
It's all ready to go. I just need to, rename some stuff so people like, what is image_0167? Oh, well, that's actually stage 2 on player 2 side.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we'll get all that stuff set up. I don't expect anybody to start well, Buzz is already calling for races, but I don't expect most normal people to start racing right away. I expect the first races to start in a few days, probably. But go ahead and reach out to people. You can use the the tournament Discord to help communicate and set up those times. Is there anything else that we need to?
That's what it's there for. Everyone's signed up. Everyone's on the chat channel. You just have to right-click message and then send them a message. So for those who don't check Discord, try to pop onto it at least once a day, because there might be a pinned message or maybe something helpful, something informational.
And you have 2 weeks, so I mean, you don't need to try and get all 3 races knocked out tomorrow or anything. You got 2 weeks to get these races done. I am personally very excited to start watching these races and commentate on these races. I think it's gonna be a shit show, but it'll be an entertaining shit show. Yep.
Hey, it's certainly going to be devastating.
It certainly will be devastating. Yeah, so I think that about wraps up our Selection Sunday stream. There's only one thing left to do. Let's do this shit. That's all we got left.
Oh, wow.
It is now.
Is that a catchphrase? All right.
You got any final comments or words of wisdom to our audience, to our fans?
No, I just best of luck to everybody except those people in my division, and let's have a nice, fun tournament, and hopefully successful one for months to come.
I think this will be a great tournament. So thanks for joining me today, Larry. Much appreciated for all your work, not just helping out calling the Selection Sunday today, but also with your work putting together the graphics and the layouts and stuff. Really appreciate it, man.
No, thanks for having me.
That's going to do it for us, so we're going to sign off, and we'll see you guys at the races.